Dr. Jose Aviles, welcome. It's coming up on a year, so it may be too late to say welcome, but we are delighted to highlight you in our profiles in commitment. Tell us how you got here.
Well, let me say first that I am just excited to be acknowledged in this way and humbled. So I was a first-generation college student and grew up in the depth of poverty in this country, a product of a community in Millville, New Jersey, of folks that were incredibly hopeful that each of us would have a future where we would do something in this life and in this world that would be meaningful enough. And so going to college wasn't necessarily a straight line, but somehow it became my life, right? It was my life's journey. And to be honest with you, didn't know many people who had gone off to college. That dream for a lot of folks in that community was to go and work with their hands and make an honest living. But as a senior, I met an admission counselor who really came to my school and changed the entire trajectory of my life. His name was Mr. Myers, and I always honor Mr. Myers for being the force in my life. And that, as a doctoral student, led me to really want to think about how do students who are first generation or low income participate in this entire experience in higher education and gain access.
I'm a Philly public school person, and so I graduated from Philly public schools, and so I recognize that some of the resources that were available in some of the collar counties I did not have as a Philly public school student. Your experience with Mr. Myers and the research confirms what you've taught us over the last 8 or 9 months that you've been here is that the decision to go to college often begins as early as 7th grade. And by 9th grade, students have an inkling of what they want to do after high school. And so you cast this vision of touching 1,000 Philly public school children and standing in the gap for those resources and experiences that they did not have at their school. Here at Temple, we have, for a number of years, been engaged in pre-college programs. And so this vision feels like it aligns perfectly with another promise, the Temple Promise program. Tell us about Temple Promise and how you see the two working together.
Temple Promise is a last dollar financial aid grant that we are providing to students who are residents of the city of Philadelphia, Philadelphia County, who are admitted to Temple University and will start with us this fall of 2024. And it will apply the last dollar financial assistance to students after all merit-based federal, state aid, or any other sources of aid come in. If there's a gap in the cost towards tuition and the university services fees, Temple will fill that gap so the students are coming to Temple without having to take out a loan. So we know that one of the biggest barriers to participation is certainly cost. And let me tell you, I've been now going into high school environments for the last 2 months here in the city of Philadelphia. What I'm hearing from students is that this changes the game for them.
And now partnering with our pre-college programs, there's not a question that when they get to 12th grade and can take advantage of this, that they're academically prepared to take advantage of these opportunities.
That is fundamental. We know that there's a significant number of students that are growing up in under-resourced high schools. You know, my colleague at Rutgers University says everyone has their Detroit. Well, we have Philadelphia, a city that needs an institution to want to roll up its sleeves and get to work in a very profound way. And that's the Pipeline program.
Dr. Jose Aviles, thank you for being such an incredible visionary and an inspiration, and for your commitment to educational equity.
Thank you so much for having me.